guys. Okay, so I am here to finish off as best I can this journal. I've made a few boo-boos, but you know, typical me. Alright, so you saw, although it was sped up, you saw in the last video that I've done the covers, redid the covers, and then cut up some of the jelly prints and, well, I did some tea-dyed papers that I've had for a while, but I also cut up the jelly prints that I did, so we can pop these, pop those in here too. Yeah, and I did that as a separate page. And this one, that one I am going to leave as a page. Them's the embossed ones that we did. Love how those turned out. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to take that out, leave that in, and take this one out. Leave that in, leave that in. I love how this one turned out actually with the jelly print on the back. I'm going to leave that in, obviously. Okay, so that's those. I'm going to just take those out for a minute and I'll get to them in a minute. Now, these are the actual kit pages that I showed you before. I had all of them apart from 3 pages because I'd used them for the cover and the other journal cover that I made that I didn't like. So I printed those out again, but I also flipped them over. I printed the 3 that I had missing, and then the rest of them that I already had. I put them back in the printer, and I did print the other kit pages on the back that I had done right at the very beginning, and then, if you will, in a way, wasted them by cutting them down too short for this journal that I didn't like. I'll use them for something else along the way. But yeah, so I did pop them back in. I'm not going to go through what's on the backs of these, they are all listed below. But yeah, they are cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in half, and these are going to get incorporated into this as pages, but this journal is going to be way too thick. Once I've added these in, this journal is then going to be way too thick to use my comb binder that I was going to use to do this. So this is now going to become a ring bound journal, which is what I said right at the beginning, because I got my words mixed up. I'm just trying to find my rings now and I'm not sure what I've done with them. Yeah, I got my words mixed up. I said a ring bound journal to begin with, but it's not. Well, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a comb binder, which gives the same kind of impression as this. So when you cut through it, it is like this. But instead of this being metal, the ones that I have are plastic. But yeah, so it would, you know, almost work the same as a ring bound journal. But like I said, it would have been a plastic binder here instead of metal, but like I said, the ones that I've got, the plastic binders that I've got won't be thick enough for this to go into once we've added the other kit pages, so I am going to have to use the rings. Now, where have I put them? Oh, they're here. They are in this tub. As I said, we had them not long since. They are in this tub, although these are the smaller ones. If I need my really big ones, I will have to go looking for them because I'm not sure what I've done with them. They could be in that bag over there, but I'm not 100% sure. I need a new tub. This one is cracking on me. The lid on this, honestly, you get it on, it's impossible to get off, and I crack it almost every time I open it. Right, rings. So I'm suspecting we're going to need 3. One there, one there, one there. It always works better with 3 especially if you've got some smaller pages in here, which I have with those, because we can catch it at the bottom and then catch it in the middle. Doesn't matter so much about the top, although that one we could position it to get all 3 in. That one we could just position it for the bottom 2 or the top 2. So it is going to become a ring bound journal. Like I said, I do have some bigger ones, but they're bigger. No, them are the same size, but I do have some really big ones that I can upgrade to if this journal gets too thick. And I'm just debating whether or not I do want those corners back on it, because I put these corners on the other journal cover that I made, and then I didn't like the journal cover, but this, I think I actually really do want them on it. The front and back covers anyway. Do you know what? I think I do. I really like that. I really do like that. Now, to get to the boo-boo stage, those are just tiny rings that I have. To get to the boo-boo stage that I made, I sewed the cover. Yeah, front and back. I haven't sewn any of the pages. I'm not actually going to sew every page anyway. But I sewed the front and back cover. Now, the first boo-boo I made for a start off was this front one. When I'm doing covers, I tend to turn it that way, and I always start in the bottom corner. But by doing that, I should have actually turned it that way and started in the bottom corner. Because now it means that the nice side of the stitching is on the inside of the front cover, not on the outside. It actually does make a difference. And this one's fine, no problem. You know, you've got the nice the inside stitching there, the nice stitching on the outside, which you don't actually even see. And then I just used white thread, but then I went around it with the frayed burlap, which is what I used around the edges anyway. So that will kind of become the theme throughout this journal. Whenever I sew anything, I will just ink around it. I don't know where my dauber's gone. There it is. I will ink around it with frayed burlap, just go over the stitching with the frayed burlap, then it blends in. It does make a big difference. It's really cool. A lot of these pages I don't think don't need inking, especially the tea-dyed pages, although I am having a serious urge to round all the corners. I know. I don't think I will, but I'm having a serious urge to. Now these, although I've taken them out because I'm going to do something with them, these are also the jelly prints that I did. And of course on the back, these ones are plain. These aren't, because I did roller over the back of them, but I'm not bothered, you're not going to see the backs of them. These ones, however, or should I put those in? No, because this is what I want to do. Yeah, I thought about this earlier, but no. These, because they are plain on the back, I'm going to stencil over them with frayed burlap or vintage photo. I'm not sure yet. I might vintage photo them for a bit more grunge. So yeah, all the others are going to be left reasonably plain. Might go over that, not sure. I've got some spares over there that I haven't put in the journal yet as pages. So I will probably, although I don't know, I don't really want to ink it because it's going to take away the grunginess of the tea-dyed paper, so I don't know about that. That one, the front is coming through onto the back, so I may or may not stencil that. I may just leave that. I'm happy enough that that is decorative enough on the back. These tea-dyed papers, I love these. These are my own tea-dyed papers. I did these and actually can feel some of that is actually textured. You can feel it from the stuff that I used to make the print. Again, that one's actually grungy on the back, so I'll leave that one. There's the other small one, and that one. That's the other plain one, so I'll stencil on the back of that as well. And then there's a plain, that's got that on it, so I'm happy with that. And then we're going to have the other kit pages in between as well. They don't need stenciling on the back because I've printed onto the back of them. They're just going to be cut in half and added in random places. So we're actually going to get double the pages out of this, pretty much like you would do in a journal. Instead of it being folded over, they're going to be cut in half, and a little bit extra cut off the edge so that it does fit into the journal cover. But then all of these pages are going to be incorporated into this journal as well, so it's going to be one fat chunky monkey when it's done. Okay, so these pages I am going to back them. I'm going to put them back to back. Doesn't really matter which way, although I don't want cogs on cogs, so I'm going to turn them that way. And then they're not really directional with these. Although I'm just thinking where the rings are going to be. The rings are going to be at this side, so the rings are going to be down there. What I'm going to do is, because this, I did fold these over, instead of cutting it, I did fold them over knowing that I was going to be punching through, so it reinforced it a little bit. But what I'm thinking of doing now is, right, the rings are going to go in that bit there, so that's good. Yeah, that's fine. But this one I'm going to turn this way instead of that way. I'm going to turn it that way. And no, the other way, sorry. The other way. Oh, honestly. Yeah, this one I'm going to turn that way because that's got a nice big thick strip on it. This one, the strip I'm going to put at this side. So it's reinforced down there where the rings are going to go. But because that's folded over, what I can do is just cut a little bit extra off there. And then what I'm thinking of doing is sewing across the top there, down the side there, and down the bottom there. If we take just a little bit extra off there, bring it in like that, then that's reinforced that. That can then become a pocket. And that's just a bit more reinforced there for taking stuff in and out. I may even sew down that before I glue it, before I sew the rest. But I really like that. But then, you know, so when we flip it over, you've got the nice pattern on both sides, but you've got a decorative pocket. And this is really funny, this. I mean, it is jelly print, but because it's poster paint, it's actually, it comes off. I love that cogs. I was really undecided at first whether to do it as a side pocket or just sew around it as a top pocket, but I like the side pocket better. But I also like the thought of bringing that in a bit more, so we've got, I think I can take like a little notch out there with my circle punch. And then, yeah, I mean, I could even fold that over and reinforce that a little bit more as well for the rings. Yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with that, and then I'm going to do the same with this. So that side there, the rings are going to go down there, and then I want this side here. So yeah, the rings are going to go down that side, so we're going to have that nice little bit there, and then we turn it over and we've got that fancy bit there, like I said, rings in there. This will potentially be a top pocket, I'm not sure. What I'm also thinking with this one is maybe cut a window out of it and put some acetate in it so you can see whatever tucks into it. But do I want to lose some of that prettiness? And if I did that, we'd have to stencil inside or something inside. So, not sure. So I will leave them till last until I figure out whether I do or don't want to do that with them. If I do, I was thinking if I do decide to do a window pocket in, not a window pocket, but a window in that, I might use one of these die cuts because it's just got like a jaggy edge on it. So I like that actually. Or do I put it that way down? No, I like it that way, but I also quite like it that way. Not sure. But yeah, I'm thinking that's what I'll use if that's the way that I go with that. So, like I said, we'll put them to one side and I'll deal with them later when I've figured out what I want to do with them. In the meantime, this video is 16 minutes long now. I'm just going to fast forward this bit and cut these out. And then, oh, ouch, yes. And then we'll get to putting them together. Okay guys, I'm back, and that took way too long faffing about, and yeah, so I didn't bother videoing it, because even sped up that video probably would have been about 5 minutes long, so, and all I'm doing is cutting papers. Okay, so I have a lovely stack of papers now. Yeah, so I'm going to split them like so. Because I don't want them directly next to each other when I'm going through putting them in the journal. However, them two I'm going to put there to one side. I printed this paper upside down on this paper. But, you know, never mind. Them two I'm going to put back to back. Yes, them two I'm going to put back to back. Them two I'm actually going to put in, and these two I'm going to put back to back. Okay, so so I'm going to just pop them in here now with the rest of the pages. This is always the fun bit, is trying to figure out where you want everything. That's the... Is that the front or the back of the journal? Front. But that's the back of the page. Right, I've turned it the wrong way around. Yep, that way. I want these at the front. Right, so, that one. That one I'm actually not... I want that to be the first page, so journal cover, first page. Excuse me. So, yes, we will have that. Let's stack these up. We'll have that. Then I think I'm going to have to do it this way to be able to use them all. I want them two together. it would be that one next and then them two together. I might have to shuffle these around in a minute. But that's okay, that's good. It's fine by me. Oh no, maybe not. One. That one. That one. That one. Although that's got the kit page on the back, it's on the back. I'm not bothered about that. So what we'll do is then we'll have that one and then we'll have that one. Actually, that worked out great. Okay. And then, yeah, that worked out really well. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then these, I've still got them others to put in as well, but these, I'm going to put them back to back like this in sets because I'm going to make them pockets. But what I'm going to do with these is put windows in them. So that's got a nice empty space there, but it's also quite empty here on the back. So I will put a little pocket window there, either down there or across there on that one, and sew around it to become a page. This one is fairly plain everywhere, so with this one I may just do a really big one in the middle. I have got a fairly big one, so I may just do a big one pretty much slap bang in the middle. Not on both sides. Yeah. See, with this one, my ink was running low again, so I've got blue lines going down that one. But this one I may just put a big window just in one of them. So you'll get to see this through it, but then it'll be nice and plain on the back. This one has also got this paper on the back here. But yeah, so, now what were I thinking? Alright, no, this was the one. Yeah, I'm going to put a little window down here on this page, and then when we turn over, I was going to put one here at the top. And then the same for this one. I'm going to put a window there at the top on this side, but when you flip it over, there's going to be a window here at the bottom as well. Just to add it up a bit, you know, jazz it up a bit. And then we're going to have these as pages, as pockets as well. And I will be able to slot them in between all those somewhere. So, that's not for today. That is going to be the next video. We shall work on getting those die cut out. In fact, what I'm just going to do before I do go, because I will forget, excuse me, so they've got that awesome paper on the back, so when we've cut through it, I'm going to put a cross on there and one on here to show me that I want it there and there. So when we've cut that out, you're going to see that paper through there, and then when we've cut this out, you'll see that side of the paper through this. And I have different sizes of those, so yeah, that's pretty cool. This one, what did I say we're going to do with this one? I want one here, I think, in this corner. Yeah, going down. I think I want one going down, so let's put a little arrow there. Want it going that way. Are we doing one on this side or not? Not sure. Oops. Not sure whether I want to do that side or not, so we'll leave that for now. I'm just going to grab some paper clips. Let's clip these together. And then I know which is which goes with which. Although in the grand scheme of things it doesn't really matter, but hey up. Hey up. What's going on here? Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Okay, this is like a paperclip maze going on here. Got it. Alright, so, yep, that and that. So, them together, that together. This one, I just want a big one right in the middle somewhere, so there. There we go, them together. I know they go together anyway, but let's clip those together too. They're gonna be pockets as well, but I'm not gonna mess about with those like them with windows or anything. I'm just gonna keep them as is. Just sew around it, make them side pockets, I think. Or like I said, one of them I could make a top pocket and we'll make a tall tag or something to go in. I don't know, but yeah. So that's going to be for tomorrow's video. I'm going to have a busy day tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 31st of March, so the last day basically to get this journal finished and the video uploaded. And oh goodness, yes. Like I said, I need to get all the pages finished. I need to get the video edited, uploaded and up. Yeah, and then we start on next month's project. Oh, awesome. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. May move those around. We have got some, we've also got some stenciling to do, haven't we? Yeah, some stenciling to do. Okay, so if I leave myself a note, so pockets, sewing, and stencil the journal pages. I will know what I mean. I'll leave that there to remind myself. And we will probably do some inking as well around some. And then, like I said, we've got the pockets to do tomorrow, the stenciling to do tomorrow, and then bind the journal tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. But yeah, so anyway guys, there we are. Yeah. So right, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following along. Take care of yourself guys, stay safe, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.